Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today we're going to talk about Vitalik's Silk Road under DDOS attack. He wrote this a while back, obviously like 5 years ago, but I want to read everything he's ever written so we can discuss it. There's so much about blockchain that we don't know, and I was watching these documentaries that had Vitalik in it, but it was about Bitcoin that had Vitalik in it, and this was like at the very beginning. And could you imagine all the knowledge that he has learned and then written down, and on top of that he created Ethereum? So we need to know everything that he knows, and that will help us learn blockchain, in my opinion. So I'm gonna read the article word by word for those of you at home who are just listening and not watching. The Silk Road, the world's largest online anonymous market, famous for its wide collection of illicit drugs and its use of Tor and Bitcoin to protect its users' privacy, reports that it is currently being subjected to what may be the most powerful distributed denial of service attack against the site to date. The site has now been inaccessible for roughly 2 days, although the official forums continue to be online, and some users have even reported brief intermittent periods of availability for the main site as well. One possible motivation behind the attack is a ransom attempt. Australian news media is reporting that the Silk Road had received a message demanding a payment of $5,000 on April 27 to be paid in Bitcoin, which is, they don't put that there, but obviously to be paid in Bitcoin. However, evidence of this is scant. The claim does not appear anywhere in Silk Road Administrator Dread Pirate Roberts' public forum post, his primary, if not only, medium of public communication. Regarding the current status of the attack, Roberts has posted a public update on the situation on the official forum, writing the following: "We have come a long way in the battle, but still do not have the upper hand. It's looking more and more like a restructuring of the Tor software or even the Tor network will be required to mitigate the kind of attack we are under." Okay, so they're talking. So Vitalik is quoting what this guy that basically started Silk Road is saying, but what he's saying is he's really, in other words, he's saying the website that we use to sell primarily drugs on, like hard drugs, steroids, amphetamines, cocaine, crack, weapons like tanks and stuff like that, like guns, bullets, like this website is currently experiencing a downtime. So please take it easy, as if the FBI isn't hunting these people down that created. Well, they already got them, obviously. But anyways, let's continue. If this can be solved by modifying the Tor client software running the Silk Road .onion, then it will be a matter of patching and redeploying the hidden service. If it is a network issue, it will require the cooperation of the Tor developers or running a new network of nodes. I haven't given up hope for a faster solution, but if one cannot be found, then we will move to a semi-private scheme where users will be given access through many private URLs. I'll keep everyone updated on how we will move forward, but please be prepared for a few more days at the least of no access. This is not the first major outage for Silk Road. In November 2012, following a combination of technical difficulties and a sudden growth in usage, the website was down for an entire week. However, the words of the Dread Pirate Roberts strongly suggest that this attack is not like the others. First of all, this is not the first DDoS attack to take place within the past week. An earlier attack had taken the site down for 36 hours between April 24th and April 26th. By the way, the people attacking this are not maybe hackers, but I'm pretty sure it's the FBI as well, the CIA. There are documentaries of the FBI just looking at this website and being dumbfounded at how this could be in plain sight. After successfully bringing the Silk Road back online, Dread Pirate Roberts released a public message announcing his victory and even praising the attacker's intellect, writing, "I have zero respect for the attacker's tactics, but I have huge respect for his intellect, giving me confidence that we can and will overcome any future technology-based attacks on Silk Road." The short time difference between this last attack and the current one, and the fact that both attacks have managed to bring the site down for over 36 hours, provides some evidence suggesting that the perpetrators of the two attacks are one and the same. This paints a grim picture of the assailant, a person or organization that is highly intelligent, has a lot of resources at their disposal, and is not willing to give up, aka the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Second, the fact that Dread Pirate Roberts is even talking about moving to a semi-private scheme that is requiring users to jump through hoops to obtain a Tor address at which to access the site is another sign that this attack is very serious. One of the main attractions of the Silk Road is that anyone, even those who have no connections or knowledge of where to find illicit products on the street, can purchase a wide assortment of goods from an interface that is once Tor and Bitcoin are set up, no harder to use than Amazon or eBay. Requiring new users to say go on reddit.com or Silk Road and ask for a semi-private address to access the site would seriously hamper adoption and, equally importantly, create a central point of failure. Law enforcement could easily pressure Reddit to take down our Silk Road and play a constant cat and mouse game with the Silk Road community as they attempt to find other portals on which to set up a public interest point, a game that law enforcement would never be able to win, but which would nevertheless make it even more difficult for new users to join. In the meantime, there are two other online black markets available that Silk Road users can use as a fallback. Black Market Reloaded in Atlantis. Black Market Reloaded recently released statistics that show that the site was doing quite well. Its monthly trade volume is now up to $750,000 per month, over a third of the $2 million per month figure, estimated for Silk Road by Carnegie Mellon researchers last summer, which is a bank. Its selection of goods is now as large as that of Silk Road, as since Silk Road's last major outage in November, a large number of Silk Road sellers have started maintaining profiles on both. Okay. However, the infrastructure is not yet as well developed. Some Silk Road users complain that Black Market Reloaded has a much weaker consumer protection framework, and it is harder to find vendors with an established reputation that can be trusted. Atlantis is currently very small. The site was only released this year in March. This is a Silk Road alternative, and less than 1,000 different goods are offered for sale. Its main attraction is supporting Litecoin as well as Bitcoin. Of course, these two markets themselves are safe from attack. If the attacker currently targeting the Silk Road is doing so with the intent of disrupting all Tor-based crypto commerce, they can easily add Black Market Reloaded and Atlantis Tor addresses to their list of targets and expand the attack. It is likely that the two fledgling competitors would fare even more poorly than the Silk Road, as they have not had the prior experience handling DDoS attacks than the Silk Road has. As for the Silk Road itself, the latest word from Dread Pirates Roberts is that he is still working on a solution. Whether the Silk Road will emerge from this attack unscathed or not is a question the answer to which is unfolding with each passing second, and tens of thousands of people are watching to find out. Well, obviously what happened over here is that Silk Road was probably being attacked by the world government. I mean, we're going to find out. If Vitalik wrote about it, we're going to find out because we're going to read everything he wrote. But from what I know is that around this time, the government was targeting the creator of Silk Road, which they found him in a donut shop or wherever, in some kind of shop where you get food, just on his laptop, and they surrounded him. Done. He's in prison forever. This is where the rumors, well, not rumors, but this is where the idea that cryptocurrency is used for drugs came from, because it was literally being used for drugs. Cryptocurrencies was literally being used for drugs, but obviously it's so much more than that. With cryptocurrencies, I mean, with blockchain technology, we can bank the unbanked. Everyone in the world can have a bank account, even if they don't have a social security number, even if they don't have physical money. As long as they have a USB hard drive, they can have a bank. They can bank themselves. And so this Silk Road obviously posed a challenge for cryptocurrencies, because it was just blatantly the worst of the worst. It was a marketplace for drugs that can't be traced. The government had no way of getting the buyers or sellers. I'm curious to see what else he wrote about this. So the Silk Road Report. Oh, you see, so this is July 4th, 2012. Okay, so we'll get to that when we get to that. But so anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and leave a like if you like the video. I want to know what everyone thinks, and this is the beginning of a new beginning, so let's enjoy together. If you know anybody who's into blockchain technology, bring them here because this is where we're going to be discussing it. And if you think there's someone else that we should be reading or an article that we should be discussing, put it in the comments so we can read it. You know, like this is the beginning of the channel, so obviously it's going to be like one or two comments in the beginning, so I'm going to read it. Well, if it's a good comment, I'll read it. If it's a bad comment, I won't read it. So, but yeah, so leave a comment. Let me know what everyone thinks. And I'm gonna be setting up some discussion channels, maybe a Discord or something like that, so we can just like have a discussion and just talk about blockchain technology.